Alright, we have another Field of Glory 2 Digital League Season 8 battle. This is Late Antiquity Division A. I have the Bosporans with Roman allies versus Sassanid Persians with Arab Bedouin allies. I've never used the Bosporan army before, or at least not this era of it, so we'll see how it does. I think it was my third choice, perhaps? Third or fourth. So, for the enemy army, his cavalry consists of either average lancers or armored horse archers, with a little bit of support from lancers or cataphracts, and elephants, which would certainly make life difficult for my lancers. For light cavalry, there's these excellent, I really like this unit, Bedouin light horse. No range power, but they have lances. They can hit pretty hard even against non-light units, and your standard light horse archers. Infantry skirmishers are limited to 4 units, supported by 2 units of master archers. And the infantry line itself is probably the greatest weakness, but they're all pretty cheap. So Sassanid Heavy Foot and Bedouin Foot are both light spear swordsmen, the Bedouin Foot being mediums. Levy spearmen are defensive spearmen. They're raw and unmaneuverable and thus completely awful, but they're also 24 points. I tend to max them when I play as the Sassanids just for that reason. We do have a narrow battlefield. There's a large stream, but I don't think we can get to it in time necessarily. My opponent would go first. Could at least get to the stream by the time I got to here and start crossing over by the time I got to here. So, although I'll still deploy as forward as I can, I think the battle probably will be limited to this valley. So I think lancers will probably not be of much use because they will either get charged by elephants or shot up by cavalry archers, and I'm not sure if I want them to go chasing invading troops out that way. I want to have light javelin men to limit the enemy's movement through this wood. And a screen of archers and slingers. Probably want all the light archers that I can get, to be honest. Okay. Do I even want these? I don't think so, actually. Light artillery I will take. I mean, either deployed defensively or pushing forward, they would be useful. And with that, I think it's time to build an infantry line and not worry too much about cavalry yet. So, mediocre and imitation legionaries. Do I want more Roman legionaries? I feel like it's kind of a waste to get them, to be honest. Loose warband. No, I have the points. Let's just do it. And Roman auxiliaries. We'll grab the auxilia archers as well. It's a pretty defensive deployment, which I think is appropriate against an army that's going to have a lot better cavalry and elephants. So I have 114 points left. Can use it either on getting more infantry or getting some light cavalry support. I might just get some light cavalry. And then I can either grab some We'll grab some non-light horse archers. Good. If he does end up having a infantry-heavy army, I think it would be quite possible for me to advance, so long as he didn't hide behind the deep stream. If he did that, I would only be able to advance if I had fire superiority, which I think is doubtful. Okay, so that's our deployment. It's probably going to be defensive, but if we have a chance, if it looks possible, we'll push across. Next turn, looks like Clacles is feeling pessimistic. Ooh, that's looking a bit like a standoff, but I think I have the troops to force a crossing if I need to. Although maybe, ooh, masked archers. Okay, I'm not sure if we're seeing aggression or what we're seeing exactly. Push our light horse around. Maybe they can get behind over there. Oop. Very good. Yep, all light horse to the other flank. We have light superiority already. Occupy the rough ground. Trundle forward. Same with you. Okay, and what have we? Bedouin cavalry. Oh, we'll keep the lancers there and shift the horse archers over. Alright, good enough for now. Next turn. Now, question is, should I push to cut off his advance at this stream, or leave room for him to come over? That'll depend on the skirmisher count. I have 8 foot skirmishers to his 4 foot skirmishers and 2 masked archers, and 2 mounted and 3 foot skirmishers in this wing, to an even 5 mounted archers. I do have an advantage. I'm not sure if it's tremendous enough that I would be confident to be able to achieve enough fire superiority to then push across the large stream with heavy foot. So I might leave this room for now and see if he wants to come over. And if not, we can have a shootout across the stream and see who comes out on top. Good. Yeah, if he attacks, great. If he doesn't, then we'll attack. Next turn. Okay, looks like he's gonna cross. So I don't think I'll contest the crossing. I'm unsure if I would win such a contest, and my javelin men will be of more use if he moves closer. As will these light horsemen. No missile power here, so we will shift our lights down a square. I probably should have pulled back a tile with these units. Now my lights are going to get shot up. Okay. Next turn. What do we got for range here? Short. We're just out of range, so he's moving to try to disrupt these units. So I think we will fall back a little bit so he has to move a little bit closer to disrupt. He can still do it, he'll just have to move up a bit more. Alright. I blocked in my auxiliaries. Unfortunate. Onward. Clyocles says that is a very tough position to crack. It is. Yeah, I wonder if he will simply avoid trying to crack it as a result. This medium foot could be a problem. I was hoping they'd barrel ahead, and now they might try to work their way through the forest, which will reveal my lights and force me to move reinforcements in. Still keeping himself artfully out of range. Question is, do I get some volleys off while I can, or just withdraw further into the forest and let them come in? Go around, maybe. You know, I think I rather like that idea. Some of my army is pretty squishable to elephants. I will have to be careful. Perhaps next turn, though, I can start trying to do things with harassment. Maybe, like, pop over with light javelin men here while pushing here? I don't know. I really don't like the idea of pushing with a wall of masked archers behind a large stream. I'd rather wait. We'll see what develops. Okay, I've increased the volume of both voice and game, so heads up. Hello. Okay. That is slightly unfortunate. But these auxiliaries should be able to move in and support. Might even shuffle these loose warbands in. This might not work out as well as it looks. He has a lot more units, and the lights can only really win on impact against even disordered troops much of the time. But I'm reluctant to feed in any more troops. That's good for now. If things start going badly in here, maybe I should prepare for the possibility. I'm going to wheel these auxiliaries. I might not move them next turn, but I need to be ready to start marching them down. Okay. Cleis is calling a draw. Let's see if I can do anything about it. Will I accept a draw, or am I stupid enough to attack? I am feeling pretty stupid. Don't know if I have the firepower to push this, though. The problem being, if I advance, I need to advance and try to win a firefight. But a lot of my missile troops are javelin men. Even counting them, what do I have? 11 light foot, 3 light horse, artillery, and auxiliary archers for 15. To 12, but all archers, including superior. And the other difficulty, of course, would be even if I win the missile exchange, how do I cross this river? Let's just do a little saying hello. We'll need to advance slowly under the cover of the artillery. Alright, that's good for now, but we're going to keep advancing with the artillery until he either falls back or we engage in a firefight. Next turn. Okay, interesting. We will inch forward, but we need to do so with extreme caution. I am suspecting a draw here. I don't think this stream can be successfully crossed if opposed. Okay. Next turn. Well, if he falls back enough, we might be able to cross the river and do something, although I don't really like trying to do so with cavalry on both wings. It's a lot of ammo to waste on irregular foot. Here, go for a charge, why not? No. Yeah, that remains a problem, so we'll need to shift some lights over to deal with it. Okay, once this unit is dead, we can turn around and shuffle into place. It'll be a slow process. Next turn. Right then. Good. Next turn we can charge them. So, turn back around. Shuffle into place. For a plan of attack, what we'll probably want to do is leave a defense here. In fact, what we might even want to do is abandon this forest and push here with our medium foot and attack with lights and other medium foot into here. So we can fight a battle here and hopefully just hold off this horde of horse archers here. Or, you know, something like that. You might hear, once again, the extremely irritable cat through this door. I still think we're headed for a draw, but I think there's a chance if I can force an engagement on this side while delaying on this side that I could pull off a win, or at least a viable assault. Next turn. Good. All right. This is getting a little awkward. I want to move this artillery to the center so that when we do push, we can get a range of these elephants, in theory. Okay, we'll see if we can get anywhere. Next turn. Yeah, he's reading the battle here. Okay, so next turn we'll start moving our artillery into position, and then we can start pushing forward the turn after that. Right, say hello. So in 2 turns we'll begin our advance. Okay, next turn, Clyocles says he's tripping over himself trying to make room for me, so I won't dawdle too much. The danger once we cross is going to be getting outflanked. Okay, next turn we might eat some arrow fire and discover how viable a crossing is. Next turn. Oh, time for my irregulars to get shot up. do our best to punish him for this forward movement. Nice thing about this situation is that we should be able to simply evade into the forest if we get charged. Okay, so with that, we can continue our advance. Alright, you'll probably bring these archers and camels in now, so this is going to be sort of an odd sideshow engagement while we push across this way. Next turn, getting dicey he is. I assume he's referring to this situation, but I would still have to cross this stream. Oh, my poor irregulars. Oop. Ouch. Disrupts some lights. Oh. Bad. Okay then. Let's see what we can do. If this wing actually collapses, we could be in danger. Well, not that much danger of getting wrapped thanks to the river, but it would certainly not be good. Good. Perfect. We can get into melee to avoid getting shot at any longer. And then, do we cross? I think not. So we would only be able to cross piecemeal thanks to the skirmishing going on, and then everyone could move against the few men I could get across. So I think we wait and let this develop further. I still think we're headed for a draw, but we'll see. Next turn. Too bad. Now we might frag. This could be going better. Fourth a break? Lucky. We couldn't have won the melee with them severely disordered in the stream. Ah, come on. Nope. Wheel a bit. Take a risk. That did not go wonderfully at all. Cover them up as well as we can. They're still going to take some fire. And then, unfortunately, we can't really afford to cross now because this situation is starting to get a little bit messy. So I think we're going to draw out. I can't cross if this unit breaks and things go to hell here. However, we can at least continue skirmishing here. Come on. No. Yeah, as much as I would like to cross an attack, I just can't do so with the situation being what it is. So I think at this point, I mean, maybe I'll just play out the 7 turns instead of offering a draw, but I think at this point it is going to be a draw. Next turn, Clay says he's throwing a little bit of chaos into the mix. It is chaotic. Interesting. Well, he's taking every advantage he can of the situation. Going to zone of control lock this unit, though. Not very interested in letting my archers get charged. See if we can just break them outright. Okay, I did not have to turn this unit around. That was a mistake. Well, theoretically, we learn from mistakes. Let's shove them off. We did nothing but expose ourselves to a rear charge. Lots of mistakes, but that's okay. Okay, then what? Oh no, no, no. Throw a little chaos into the mix, he said. We will continue to do so then. Infantry is just going to have to hold. Yeah. I don't think there's great danger of losing this with only 6 turns to go, but it's looking actually possible. Next turn. Yep. Okay. Down 11, so now we're going to be playing quite defensively. Yeah, this large stream, it's just really hard to do anything with it there. There is actually a real danger of losing this. Moved too aggressively. We'll try to patch things together and survive here. These lancers might actually be needed here. Okay, let's see if Clyocles can snatch victory from the jaws of a draw. Next turn, Clyocles is reassuring me by telling me it's unlikely he'll pull this off. I hope that's true. Okay, he's going to try to do some locking in of his horse to break this zone of control type shenanigans. Okay, that should make it considerably more difficult for him to pull off a win. So that only worked because these units are severely disordered fighting against my light archers. And general up here. Unlucky. Okay, I'm feeling a little bit safer. 4 turns to go and only down 5%, but there could still be danger. He's gonna force a crossing. Next turn, a rally for some lights. No big deal. We fight on. Oof. fall back into the rough ground to rally up. See if you can, by some freak, kill the general. No. That is unfortunate. Okay. Very good. Disruption. Held firm. Try again. Okay, so normally I don't fire at half arc, but artillery causes an extra cohesion malice, regardless of casualties caused, so there we go. In this case, both units are moderately disordered, him by being in the stream, me by being adjacent to his elephants. We will not charge. Because we could just let him charge us or stand and be shot at. This is unfortunate. But with 3 turns left, I don't know that he'll have time to do anything about it. I'm kind of tempted to charge here, but then we get caught in the flank by elephants. I think we will stand. Although, unfortunately, these elephants are now going to push across, and all we can do is sit here. Possibly funnel reinforcements over. Okay, what are we to do? Alright, so now they're only disrupted instead of severely disordered, so we'll fall back from combat shortly. Where is your command? Back here or something? No. Not actually sure anymore. Not present though, in any case. Just keeping these 2 units here because my legionaries cannot venture in, although it might actually be worth it for him now that I'm looking at this to charge these legionaries with these Bedouin foot and then flank attack with the horse archers, which would sacrifice the horse archers most likely, but also cut up an expensive unit of mine. I don't see that I left any way out of that. If I move the legionaries, he'll just hit this unit that's already engaged, which is also bad. I could expose myself to a rear charge, which deprives me of impact, but they'll do fine, they're superior. This covers these archers as well. We'll do that. And we need to survive for 3 turns. Next turn. Interesting choice. My slingers, I mean, not the charge. That was entirely the right thing. Oh! It's pretty absurd. I mean, it happens, but... Very good. Get out of there. They are disordered. We will shuffle in here and block them from getting out of the street. I wonder if it's possible to fragment this unit. If it's not, I'm going to lose these light javelin men. Held firm, so we're going to lose some more lights. Get out of there. Fragged. Is it worth? No, I think we need to maintain our facing. Turn the artillery. Get a full arc of fire should they move forward. Flank is covered, at least until they show up. Very good. Might be worth trying to hold on there. Okay, I still think we're headed for a draw, but might lose a few more units first. Next turn. Good. It'll take them some time to get back into the fight. Alright, in the meantime... Oh, maybe not. Ah, how annoying. I wonder why. It's a large stream, so combined with a reduced command and control, can't really do much. Alright, I'm going to gamble a bit that even if we get flank attacked here, it won't matter because everybody will be disordered anyway. Held firm across the board. What a shame. Very good. Alright, that should ensure that we don't lose. Not that there's great danger at this point anyway. So close to auto-breaking them, but we're not quite there. Okay, onward. Next turn. Oh, that rally might take away my 1 point. What a shame. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Not that it really matters, but that's nice, I guess. Hoping to break them. Well. How very awkward. 118 will not be able to break that unit, unfortunately. But we can keep harassing them. I can never remember how the turn counter works. I don't know if we in fact have one more turn to play. I think we do. I think he gets one more and then it's done. So what looks like is going to probably happen is that we'll have a draw and he'll score 1 point for being over 25 and I will not. Which, that's fine. Next turn. Probably our final turn. Well, if this had gone on, I would have lost, so it's pretty much proof that I should have sat still, and the only reason I'm not suffering from the mistake of attacking is The lack of time. To be fair, the lack of time I think is why I bothered attacking. So, as before, that's a engine thing in league tournament terms. This is a draw. Clearly this was a battle that was decided by the terrain, and Clycles made an attempt to attack and was repelled. I made an attempt to attack, and it's headed toward disaster, but time is running out. And in the end, the wisest move for either of us would have been to simply sit on our side of the stream and accept a draw, but we decided to fight it out to see what would happen. And I was entertained. A good game to Clycles, as always, and until next time.